What's up, y'all? It's taxation with clarification. And if you watched the last video, don't judge me for how many Reese's peanut butter cups I ate. I hope you weren't counting. They were good though. So one thing I want to do with this channel is we know that we're not going to work directly with most of you. We already have a pretty full tax practice. Well, we may take some people if that happens through this channel, but that's not the main point of this channel. Part of what we want to do is, as we educate, we also want to help you work well with either the current tax professional you're with, or help you find a tax professional that's right for you. Just thinking of some stories of clients I've dealt with in the past, and definitely talk about some things not to do. That'll actually get you fired from a a CPA client or a tax professional client relationship. I think one thing, getting into a relationship with a tax professional, an accountant, a CPA, is you want them to establish clear expectations on the front end. I think that's where most relationships fizzle out, is not establishing clear expectations and boundaries on the front end. I've lost clients in the past because I didn't do it. I didn't do that well. But a couple in particular just expected to be able to call me all the time and thought I would answer my emails immediately. This is a person who I did a tax return for once a year. Never did they think that they should be paying for advice, things like that. So if you're watching this and you're thinking about your current relationship with your accountant, maybe they don't return your calls, maybe they don't return your emails, but maybe in their mind they're just preparing a tax return for you, right? That's the only service they provide to you, and you've never talked about getting into an advisory relationship, which it takes their time. It takes their expert, them calling upon years of expertise. And so they should be compensated for that. And so that's something you should think through, right? And if you're watching this, you're probably a business owner too. And so you're not giving away your advice and your services for free. You may do that in the form of content or to build trust, but if you're working with someone and they're engaged with you as a customer or a client, you're not giving stuff away for free. And so just think about that. And maybe that can help better the relationship with you and your tax professional. I've actually turned away a lot of businesses, and and maybe even have saved some relationships between people and their tax professionals, because I've brought this to light on our first call. They're complaining about some of the things I just mentioned, right? They're not they're not responsive. We don't do any proactive planning. And have you talked to them about this? When are you asking them all these questions? Is it in the middle of tax season? Because we're busy during tax season. I mean, we're grinding stuff out for 3.5 months in tax season. We don't have time to stop, give you half of our day or even, an hour or two to give you advice. That comes in a different time of year. So I bet if you sent them a message and said, hey, after the tax season's over, you've had some time to recover. Can we meet during the summer or toward the end of the summer and talk about X, Y, and Z, and whatever your rate is to consult with me, I'm glad to pay it. I'll tell you what, most tax professionals would respect the fact that you're recognizing their tax season is hard, and you respect the fact that they need a break. And then lastly, you're not coming at them asking for advice for free. I bet you may be able to save a relationship there and get some really good value. Because if you've got a good tax professional, they're pretty knowledgeable and can help you. If you know if you've got a tax professional that's not knowledgeable, then it's a whole other problem. But we'll talk about it. We can talk about that on this channel too. Of based on your needs, finding the right tax pro.